Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. The goal, as always, with the position is to find something both sturdy and comfortable. You don't want to feel like you're about to fall over or you're about to get up and go do something. So a sense of stability really helps. Sitting in a chair works, lying down even works. You just want to find something that you feel a sense of stability, because it really does help with centering our attention to this moment. You also want to find a sense of comfortability as well. If you're sitting on your foot in a weird way, your back's in a weird position, then you'll be distracted by your body during the practice, and then it'll just be an useless and unnecessary hindrance. Just find what works for you as long as it's both sturdy and comfortable. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. But of course, if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed and you feel more comfortable doing it that way, go ahead and practice with your eyes closed. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you, kind of looking at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing at a particular spot on the floor, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly, however clearly, downwards. You're in a comfortable and sturdy position, and your eyes are either closed or open, gaze directed softly yet clearly downwards. We're not waiting for anything to happen. There's no need for anticipation. There's no special fireworks show that you need to achieve. There's nothing extraordinary to accomplish. You are here. As ordinary as that may sound, you are here. Everything else, intentions, striving for the future, fear, and regret, only exists as thoughts in the head. So the task here is simple. There's no task. let go of all doing. Simply be here, just as it already is. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, and there's no one to become. Drop it all and remain here and now. And I'm probably catching you thinking right now. Somehow it came up all by itself and stole your attention away from this moment. And you see, thoughts really don't know how to be here now. They are always planning, worrying, protecting, wondering, frustrated. So when the instruction is to let go of all doing, really the instruction should be simplified to let go of thinking. Because thinking is the doer. Without thoughts, there's no doing. There's only this. So instead of following this next thought, we use a tool, a method, to help guide our attention away from thinking. Our attention is usually stuck up in our heads. We're the thought factory. And you can notice this now. Your thoughts are primary. How you think and feel and worry about and all the things that you think you have to do are at the forefront. But these are just thoughts. So see if you can just drop that attention away from the head and bring it to the coming and going sensations of the breath. Just notice as the breath comes in, the chest, the abdomen, the lower belly expand. And as the breath leaves, these areas relax all by themselves. Now, instead of paying attention to this next thought, effortlessly, gently, allow your attention to rest with breathing, rising and falling. Maybe I'm catching you thinking again. It's okay. It's not a failure. Just simply return to the breath. And remember that your thoughts don't have to be quiet for you to notice breathing. We notice breathing as thinking happens. We let our thoughts continue on. We simply leave them alone and become curious about the sensations of breathing. Don't wonder if you're doing it right or if you're doing it wrong. Just let it happen by itself. Come back. Come back to breathing. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Return to breathing. Rising and falling. What is it that sits here? What wants to meditate? We say all day, I, me, I want, I don't want. What is this I? The breath can be found with our attention. Easy. But whose attention is it? What has attention? Can that also be found? The me or the I that thinks I'm listening, I'm meditating, I'm becoming better, my problems, my issues, my life. What is this I? What is this me? Turn the attention back. In the same way you found the breath, find the looker. Find the one that's doing the finding. Is there actually something there? Can it be found like the breath can be found? Or is it completely made up? What do you discover? Look carefully. Leave it alone. We're not thinking about this question. Thoughts won't help you. In the same way the breath is found, what sits here? Move the attention towards that. The one that says I. Look with attention, not ideas. And if you don't understand, stay there. Stay here. And remain only don't know. and completely rest. Okay, you can look at the screen. You know, as we get older, maybe some of you have experienced this when you're younger, but usually as you get older, things just become a lot more responsibilities, right? It's there becomes a lot more things with responsibilities, like problems to solve constantly. And it always seems to happen when you least expect it and when you feel like you're not ready, right? Or you haven't experienced this, but for a lot of us, life can seem like things are stacking up. It's what I call stacking. One problem, then another, then another, then another, all at once. And it's easy to do because when we have one problem that hasn't been solved, say you got to fix a leak in the roof, and you just haven't quite made the money enough to do it, but then the rain's coming next week. Well, where am I going to find the money? But then right in the middle of that, your car breaks down. Oh, so which one do I get? Well, I got to get the car fixed because then if I can't get the car fixed, I got to go to work. If I can't go to work, I can't make the money to fix the roof. So you get the car, and it ends up being a bill you can't afford. But you figure, okay, well, if I can just sell these items or whatever it is, then I can make enough money to fix my car, so then I can fix my roof. And right as you go to sell something, somebody gets sick and they're in the hospital. Now, I'm just making this up. But life can feel like this at times, where it's like as if the universe is saying, haha, no, you don't. Haha, oh, you thought you were going to do better? Ah, no, here's another wrench in the gears. What's beautiful, though, about this practice is that there's something very important to realize. There's only this moment. And we can only therefore do one thing at a time. But the problem is that even though we may know this intellectually, our thoughts and our ideas and our worries and our struggles are elsewhere, always elsewhere. So it feels like stacking. Like I got this problem, then that problem. And you see them as two big things. And then you got another one, and then another one, and then another one. And everything just becomes like a mountain. When really, you're sitting and watching a video. And when you work on the problem, you work at the problem. But you can save yourself so much trouble if you practice meditation, if you learn to leave thinking alone. Because this feeling of stacking, of one problem after another, exists only as thoughts. It's only this conceptualization thing. When really, you're right here. That's reality. Here you are. And tomorrow's problem isn't here. Really. It's either you could do something now or you can't. To put it all in your head like this giant to-do list, this giant task list, and this thing that you fear that you may not be able to handle, it's all self-created. So it is utmost important to practice, because practice allows us to see things as they are, to see this moment as it is, and learn to truly do one thing at a time. Because you can only do one thing at a time. That is reality. But most of us don't believe that. We think we have 1,000 things we have to do right now. And we get stressed. Trust me, I know this. But practice is the antidote to being overwhelmed, overworked, and feel like you just want to curl up in a ball and hide. But the virtue and the knowledge and the real understanding that this moment alone is real. Whatever comes to this moment, it can be faced because it's always now. Right now is the moment you act. Not tomorrow and not yesterday. It's here and now. So remember, only do one thing at a time, because that's all you literally can do. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for showing up. And as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.